So in the previous session, we have discussed about reports and we have discussed what exactly a report, what it contains, what is the use of reports in the business, and what type of reports that we have in Salesforce, and what is standard report, what is custom report we have discussed, and what kind of folders that we have in Salesforce by default in which we can store the reports. So what standard folders given by Salesforce and how to create our own custom folders we have discussed in the previous session. And whenever we are creating our own custom report in Salesforce, upon creating the custom report in Salesforce, what type of reports that we have discussed. Like upon creating our own custom reports in Salesforce, they have given four types of reports, like as tabular, summary, matrix, and join the reports. These are the four types of reports are available in Salesforce which we can configure. Now, then how can we configure each type of report? Okay, we will see with the practical use case today. In the previous session, we have discussed theoretical concepts. Today, we'll see the practical. Now, let's see how to create each and every type of report. We'll see. Now, let's see the tabular reports first. The first one, tabular reports. Now, tell me, what did you understood with this word tabular report?
The report would be in
Okay.
the form of a table.
Hmm. In this case, when coming to the tabular report will represent the data in the form of tabular structure. That means rows and the columns. Because that already we know, each report represents a collection of records, which has been collected from multiple objects as well. But in this case, whatever the records it is representing inside the report, it will show the records in the form of a tabular structure which contains some set of rows and the columns along with the grand total. Grand total means in this table how many number of records has been represented. It will give the count of those records also. How many records are visible in this report? It will give that count. So, tabular reports are the basic type of reports which will represent the report data in tabular structure along with the grand total. Now, in this case, whenever we are representing the records inside this report, then we can decide what columns to be visible inside the table, in which order the columns should be visible, that we can decide because it's my business. As part of my business, whatever the reports that I want, I will customize, I will configure according to my business requirement. So while representing the report data inside a table, in the table what columns to be visible, in which order the columns to be visible, that we can control. Now in this case you can raise a question. Sir, whenever we are representing the records inside the table, do we have any possibility to add our own user-defined conditions? Like sometimes I want to represent a report which can show only those case records whose the priority is equals to high. Only the high priority cases I want to show inside the report. Remaining records I don't want to see. Sometimes I want to create a tabular report which can show only those account records whose annual revenue more than 75 lakhs. Remaining records I don't want. Like that, do we have any possibility to add our own conditions? Yes, there is a possibility. So whatever the records that we are representing inside this report, that we can filter it out. We can add our own user defined conditions, depends upon your application requirement. We can add either one or more number of conditions. With the help of those conditions, we can filter out the records to be visible inside the report as well. That facility is available so that upon representing the records inside the table, we can see or we can customize what columns to be visible and what records to be visible here based on the user defined conditions. Now, in this case, as part of tabular reports, once the tabular report has been configured, if you want to run this report, okay, daily based on some periodical interval, we can schedule it. Whatever the tabular report we have configured, we can schedule the report to be run based on the periodical intervals. It may be daily or it may be weekly, it may be monthly, whatever, depends upon the requirement. We can schedule the report to run based on the periodical intervals. And here we have a small limitation. So what is that limitation? Tabular reported data cannot be represented in chart components. That means chart components will not be applicable for tabular reports. Whatever the records that we are representing inside the tabular report, that records we can't represent it in chart components. That means in pictorial format, like as horizontal bar chart, vertical bar chart, pie charts, donut charts, scattered chart. These kind of chart components will not be supported for tabular reports. Okay, so tabular report data cannot be represented inside the chart component. Now, in this case here, whenever we are running the report inside your Salesforce org, inside my Salesforce organization, upon running this report, your report can represent a maximum of 2000 records on the screen. On our Salesforce organization, on the screen, a report can show maximum of 2000 records, not more than that. Even though you are having thousands of records inside your object, all the records will not be visible on the screen. It can show only 2000 records. Now, sometimes you can raise a question, sir, inside my object I'm having 5000 records are available, all the records I want to show on the screen, but Salesforce won't support. If you want to get all the 5000 records, then the only solution is schedule the report. Schedule the report. Whenever we are scheduling the report, based on the scheduled time, report will get run. It will collect the whole data, all the 5000 records it will collect. It will place those records information inside an email notification. That email will be sending to the users automatically by default, so that whenever we are running a report inside your Salesforce org, the report can represent maximum of 2000 records, not more than that. If you want to show more than 2000 records inside the report, then we have to schedule it. Okay, understood the concept here? Now, so in this case, how can we configure this tabular report? Okay, we'll see with the practical. First, I will show you the tabular report in Salesforce Classic part, and then I will show you the same report in Lightning Experience also both. Okay? Now, make a note of this one. Tabular report. Tabular reports are the basic type of report, which will represent the records in the form of tabular structure along with the grand total. Along with the grand total. While configuring the report, we can specify the required columns to be visible in the report or in the table, and order of columns also. And order of columns also. We can add one or more user-defined conditions to be used to filter the records. To be used to filter the records in the report. Now, we can schedule the report based on the periodical intervals. Based on the periodical intervals. We can schedule the report based on the periodical intervals. Now, we can't represent the tabular report data in chart components. That is, chart components aren't applicable for tabular reports. Note. A report can represent a maximum of 2000 records on the user interface. To represent more records, we have to schedule it based on the periodical interval. Done with this? Now, let's see. How can we configure the reports, which is of tabular reports? Okay, now let's see. So now whenever if you want to configure the reports, go to that reports tab. Here we have two buttons are available. To create a new report, we have to use a new report button. To configure the dashboard, we have a button called as new dashboard. Two buttons are available. Now I would like to create the report first. So that click on new report button, which is used to create a new report inside my Salesforce org. Click on new report button. Now it is asking you to select that report type. That means what objects data you would like to represent inside my report. Now these are all are the report folders which are having some reports inside it. Now I would like to represent that report over here. Whatever the account records are available, all the account records I would like to show inside a report here. Okay, whatever the account records are available, all the account records I would like to represent inside my report in the form of tabular format along with a grand total also. So that I would like to configure a report. Now, let me take that small use case. Configure a tabular report to represent all the account records in the form of tabular structure along with the grand total. Along with the grand total. This is my requirement. So as part of this report, I would like to configure a tabular report which will represent all the account records in the form of tabular structure along with the grand total as well. Done with this? Now. So now let me go back to my reports. I want to show all the account records. So I'm selecting the object as account. Click on create button. Click on create button. Now it is providing the report builder tool. Now this tool is called as report builder tool here. This tool is called as report builder tool, which is used to build a report as part of your business needs. Now, let me explain this user interface first. What options are available? Let me explain first. Then we will see how to configure. As part of this report builder tool, we have three panels are available. Okay, there are three panels. There is a left panel. There is a left panel. Now, basically, this left panel is going to be representing all the fields available inside my object. That means whenever we are creating a report inside the table, what columns you want to show? I want to show the account object columns here because I have selected the account type of report. That means report type as account. So in that account object, we are having so many fields are available, including standard, including custom, so many fields are available. What fields you want to show inside the table that we can select from this left panel. So left panel will populate all the fields available inside your account object here. From this one, we can choose what columns you want to show inside the table. Next, second panel. In the right side, we are having a topmost panel here. Right side, we have a topmost panel. Now this panel is called as a filters. Okay, filters. So now whenever we are representing the records inside this table or inside the report, how frequent data you want to show. What records you would like to represent? You want to show the today's records or yesterday's records, last 1 week's records, last 7 days records, last 1 month record, 1 quarter record, 1 year record, or what? What records you would like to represent that we can select that frequency of data. For that one, we are having this range. So now what data you would like to show that we can able to select it over here. Here it will populate so many options over here. Now it is populating all time. That means all the records available inside my object. Now custom. Then we can select okay from date to date. In between these 2 dates, whatever the records has been created, those records will be visible inside the report. Like as your bank statement here. Now we have the option. Okay, physical year. Current physical year's data or previous physical year data, previous 2 physical years data, or the current and next physical year's data, and then current and previous 2 physical years data, current and next physical years, or physical quarter. Calendar year, current calendar year, previous 2 calendar years, like that here. It is providing calendar quarter also. Calendar month, last month data, or this month data, current and previous, current and next, last week's data, this week data, next week data, yesterday's data, today's data, tomorrow's data, last 7 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90, like that. It is providing so many options over here. Then how frequent data you would like to represent, we can specify. Okay. Now here we can able to specify that. I want to see all time data over here so that we can able to select all time data also. I want to show all. And along with that, whenever we are representing the records, sometimes you can raise a question. Sir, I want to show only those account records whose rating value is equals to hot. Okay, whose rating value equals to hot. Remaining records I don't want to show. In that case, do we have any possibility to add the conditions? Yes.
Yes.
In order to add the conditions, here we are having this a filter option. Now, while adding the filter options, we have 3 types of filters are available in Salesforce. Whenever we are adding some filters on the reports, Salesforce provides the 3 types of filters. First one, field filter. Second one, cross filter. Third one, row limit filter. Each and every filter type I will show you practically today with separate examples. Then, in this case here, if you want to add the filters, okay, then we can able to go to this filters option here. But don't click on this add button directly. Beside this add button, there is a small pick list control is available here. Beside this add button, there is a small pick list control is available. Just you can choose this to select the filter type. Okay, you want to add okay, field filter, cross filter, row limit filter. These are the 3 types of filters. But when you go to the lighting experience, you are having only field filter, cross filter, no row limit filter option in lighting experience. In that case, you have to come back to classic part, use this row limit filter, apply this, and then run the report in lighting. Okay, so that we should be aware of both classic and lightning. That's what I'm showing one example in classic part. RX directly will go to that lightning experience. Now, so now in this case, if you want to add any filters, then we can add the filters. Okay, now, so the right side, the right panel, topmost panel is this is for the filter conditions. Next. Now, the right bottom panel here. This panel is used to represent the actual columns to be visible inside the report. Now, in order to indicate what columns you would like to show inside the report, we can specify the columns over here. And along with that, we can select the reported type. What type of you are going to create? What type of report you would like to create? You want to create a tabular report, summary report, matrix report, or join the report. What? So that here it is having a small pick list option here to select that reported type. So what type of report you would like to create? Either tabular, summary, matrix, join. So depends upon that reported type, we can able to get these corresponding options also over here. Okay, these are the 3 panels are available. There is a left panel which represents all the fields available inside my object, which includes the standard and custom. The right side, the top panel, it will be representing the filter conditions. What filters you would like to represent in order to filter the records and how frequent the data you want to show that we can select. And the right bottom panel will be representing the actual table, okay, which is used to represent the records data along with the reported type also. Here, what type of report you would like to configure. Okay, understood the concept here? Now, so now let's see how can we represent this report over here. Now, by default, it is selecting tabular report. My requirement also the same because I want to configure a tabular report to represent all the account records data in the form of tabular structure. Now, let's go to that. Now, here I would like to specify the columns. By default, in this table, Salesforce is providing some set of columns: account owner, name, type, rating, last activity, last modified date, billing status, provenience. Like that, we are having so many options are available. But I don't want some columns here. I don't want owner column. Last activity column, I don't want. Last modified date, billing state, I don't want. I will select the columns by my own based on my requirement. I will decide the order of the columns also based on my requirement, based on my client's needs. In this case, if you want to remove some columns given by Salesforce by default from the report, just you can go to the column. There is a small pick list option is available. Expand it. You will be getting an option, remove column option here. There is an option called as remove column. As soon as once you click on this remove column, then this column will be removed from the report here. It is not removing from the object. In the object, the field is available as it is, but this column will not be visible on the report over here. Next, if you're feeling difficulty to click on this pick this control, click on this remove column, then we can use the shortcut. I will show you. Just you can able to select this, okay, last activity column, drag and drop to left panel here. That's it. Simple. Drag and drop to left panel over here. Over. It will remove that. Last modified date. I don't want. Billing state or provenience. I don't want. Type column. I don't want here. So I'm able to represent only name and rating. Along with this too, I want to show some more columns also. How can we add the columns now? Drag and drop. Where these columns are available. In the left panel, we have all these columns are available. What columns you would like to represent, we can add. I want to show the account name and the rating and the industry. Select this industry column from the left panel, drag and drop here. I want to add. I want to show annual revenue also. I want to show this annual revenue. I want to show the type field. I want to show ownership. I want to show the phone. I want to show the fax. I want to show the customer priority. I want to show the active status over here. These are the columns I would like to represent inside my report. I want to consider all the records, all the account records, not only my records, all account records. I would like to consider all-time data here. So what columns you want, you can specify: name, rating, industry, annual revenue, type and the ownership, phone and the fax, customer priority, active status. Sometimes you can raise a question. Sometimes you can raise a question, sir, this is a type and ownership columns I want to show after the fax. Then what can I do? How can we arrange them? Just you can use a drag and drop. Okay, phone will be over here, and then fax will be over here. Then we are having type, ownership, customer priority, active status. So whatever the order that you want, we can able to arrange them in the required order by using this drag and drop options. Clear? Understood the concept now? Next. Once you are done with this, click on run report button. We have a button called as run report button to run the report, and we can see the reported data as well in tabular structure. Click on run report button. Now the report has been run. We can see the records here. These are the records are available. Total 13 records are available. These are the 13 records available inside my object. These are the record names, rating values, industries, annual revenue, phone and the fax, type, ownership, priority, and active status. So we can see all the records available inside the object in the form of tabular structure. Clear? Understood the concept now? Now. So now here in this case here, once a report has been configured, suppose for example, once you have click on run button report, so now here then you have identified there is a column is missing. For example, I want to add SLA column also, but I forgot to add the column upon configuring the report. Can I go back to the report and can we customize, can we add that column back? If yes, how? I want to add SLA column also. But upon creating the report, I forgot to add that SLA field inside my report. Then how to add that? Straightforward. There is a button. What is that
Customize.
button?
Custom.
Customize. Right. Click on customize button. Now we will be going back to that report builder now. Now select that column, SLA field here. I want to add this SLA field. Where you would like to add, I want to show, okay, after ownership. Just you can able to drag and drop. After ownership, I would like to add. Now click on run report button. Now we can see the report also along with this data along with SLA column as well. Clear? Next. So once the report has been configured, I want to save this reported data here. Whatever the report that we have, click on save button. As soon as once you click on save button, it will ask you to specify the report name along with the report folder. That already told you each report should get resides inside a folder, but within a single folder we can have multiple reports also. Already we have created few folders also in the yesterday's session. I showed you practically how to create the folder. Inside my folder, I would like to save those reports as well here. It depends upon your business requirement. Now I'm creating a report over here. Now, I would like to represent. I want to specify all customers report. Farmers, all customers report. I'm giving the description also the same. Now report folder. I would like to select my own folder here. Like here we are having the folder finance reports folder, loans reports folder. I'm selecting like as finance reports folders. Now click on save and return to report. That means save the report, go back to my report here. This is the name which I have given for my report over here. Now, as soon as once you click on this save button, report configuration parameters will be saving in the database, not the reported data. You can add the reported data. Upon saving the report, this records will not be saving into that report here. It will save your report configuration parameters. That means what type of report we have configured. And then what is the tabular report we have selected, what columns we have represented, in which order we have specified, what frequency of data we have selected, what ownership records we have selected, what conditions we have applied. These kind of things will be storing in the database. Right now, how many records are available here? The 10 records available inside my report. Now, this report, I would like to inform to a manager. He will run night at 9 o'clock here. My manager will be running this report every day night at 9 o'clock. So whenever he is click on that, run report button night at 9 o'clock. In this meantime, now the time is almost 6 o'clock here. 6 to 9, almost we have 3 hours of time. In this 3 hours, we have created 5 more records also here. Then totally how many records will be there? 18 records will be there. Whenever the manager is click on run report button, it will collect the latest data from the object. It will show all the 18 records also inside. That means I told you reported data will be always a user context data, and the reported data will be always real-time data, not this data which we have saved. Because if it is saving this report records also, then today night at 9 o'clock, my manager run the report. If it is showing this 13 records, in the next 3 hours, whatever the records we have created, those records he can't see in the report. That means it's a invalid information. Okay, so for that reason, report data will be always real-time data over here. Okay, now. So now here in this case here, sometimes we can raise a question. Sir, as of now, we have configured the report right now. Now, do we have any chance that I want to store this reported data into my local system? Can I download this reported data? Yes, because I want to share this data to some other people as well here. Now, in that case, in order to download this data to your local system, we have two options are available. First one, export details button. Second one, printable view buttons. Here, two buttons are available. Export details button is available. Second one, printable view. These are the two buttons are available in order to download the reported data into your local system so that we can maintain it as a backup. Now, let's see. Click on export details button. Now it will be exporting the data to an Excel sheet, or else we can export to CSV file, comma separated value file over here. Now I want to export to Excel sheet. Click on export button. Now the data has been exported to my local system over here in the form of an Excel sheet. Open this file over here. Now open this file, we can see the data over here. Whatever the 13 records are available, all the 13 records we can able to see over here. Okay, whatever the columns we have selected, all the columns will be getting visible inside this Excel sheet. We can download the data. But whenever I'm observing this report, at the bottom it is indicating the copyrights information. Okay, copyrights information has been included inside my Excel sheet over here. Okay, clear? This is one way to see download the reported data to my local system. Next, second one. Now, so the second one is printable view format. Sometimes I want to download this reported data to my local system. Directly, I want to send it to the printer over here so that to print this document. Click on printable view. Now it will be downloading this reported data. Click on this name. Now the reported data has been downloaded to my local system over here in the form of an Excel sheet. Now we can see the reported data also. So these are the 13 records are available inside my report. Along with that, we are having this copyrights information also. Along with that, we are having copyrights information also inside this. Now, sometimes in the entry point of view, they will raise a question. Whenever I'm exporting the data to my local system by using export details button also or printable view button also, in that Excel sheet data will be downloading. Okay, fine. But at the last of this report, it will be representing the copyrights, the disclaimer information. But I don't want to show that because this copyrights information is indicating that to configure these reports, we are using Salesforce. Now, whenever we are going to be generating the report, I don't want to inform to the people this is the sales software which we are using to generate the reports. The people no need to be aware of which is software that I'm using to generate the reports here, so that I don't want to show this copyrights information over here. Then how can we exclude this? For this one, we have a small setting is available in order to exclude the copyrights information from your reports over here. Then what is that navigation? How can we do that? Okay, now let's see. Now let me show you that here. Let me give you that navigation part over here. Make a note. While downloading the reported data into the local system by using either exported details or printable view buttons, then it will include the copyrights information also inside the Excel sheet. Now we can exclude the copyrights information from the Excel sheets as below. Click on Setup menu, search for the option Reports and Dashboards Settings. Go to the Settings dashboard, that means the Settings user interface. Go to the Confidential and Disclaimer Settings section. Confidential information and disclaimer settings section. Select the checkbox exclude disclaimer information from report run pages and printable view from classic part, from classic. Select the checkbox exclude disclaimer information from export a report from Lightning Experience, and then click on Save button. So for classic, one separated checkbox, Lightning, one separate checkbox here. Whenever if you want to exclude that copyrights information from your report run pages, for classic we have a separated checkbox, for Lightning we have a separate checkbox. Select this both the checkboxes separately. Then with the navigation. Now let's see. So now let's go back to your Salesforce R. Click on Setup menu. Go to the Quick Find box. In this quick find box, search for the option Reports and Dashboards settings. There is a link called as Reports and Dashboards settings link. Click on this Reports and Dashboards settings link. Here we have a section called as Confidential Information and Disclaimer Settings section. So whenever we are exporting the report data to the local system, it may be from Classic, it may be from Lightning. It may be exported details option also, it may be printable view option also. At the end of the report, you want me to include that copyrights and disclaimer information or not. So now, if you don't want to include, then just you can select these check boxes. First one, exclude disclaimer from formatted reports from Lightning experience. For Lightning here, in Lightning, if you want to remove this copyrights information, then select this first checkbox. Second one is for classic part over here. Now, exclude disclaimer from report run pages and from printable view pages also both. I don't want to show this copyrights information in both the places, Lightning and Classic. So I want to select both the checkboxes, then click on Save button here. Select this both the checkboxes, click on Save. Done. Now from now onwards, whenever we are running the report, it won't show that copyrights information. Let me show you. Go to the Reports tab. Open this report here, Farmers All Customers Report. This is the report we have configured. Click on Export Details. Export. Data has been exported to my local system in the form of Excel sheet. Open this file. Now tell me, do we have any copyrights information over here? Do we have the copyrights information? No, that has been excluded here. So upon configuring the report, we can exclude this kind of copyrights and the disclaimer information from your report run pages also, or from printable view options also over here. Okay, understood the concept now? This is how we can configure a tabular report as part of your Salesforce org in Salesforce Classic part. Okay, clear up to this one? Next. Now, let's see the Lightning experience. How to configure this same report in Lightning experience, how the Lightning experience look and feel, what options are available, and how the user interface is available, what panels are available on that report builder, and what is the functionality of each and every panel. We'll see one by one over here. Okay, clear up to this one? Next. Let's take a small use case. Take a small use case. Configure a tabular report in Lightning experience to represent all the lead records in the form of tabular structure. Configure a tabular report in Lightning experience to represent all the lead records in the form of tabular structure. Okay, now let's see how can we configure this. So let's go back to Lightning experience. Click on switch it to Lightning experience. Now, whenever if you want to create any reports and dashboards in this Lightning experience also, we have to add the two tabs onto the tab bar First one reports tab, second one dashboards tab. Yesterday already we have added here. Okay, yesterday already we have added two tabs over here, reports tab and the dashboards tab over here. Now, in this case, let's see. So now in this case, here we can able to see a button called as new report button. In order to create a new report, we have to use this button, new report button. Click on new report button. Now it is providing a report builder feature here. Select that object data. What objects data you would like to show inside this report? I want to show lead records data. So that I'm selecting leads. Select this object name as leads. Click on start report button. As soon as once you click on this start reports button, it is providing this report builder. This is the report builder tool over here. Now, whenever we are observing this report builder feature or this tool, here we have two panels are available here. There are two panels. There is a left panel, right panel. In the left panel, we have two tabs are available. Outlines tab, filters tab. Okay, outline tab, filters tab. Now, by default, outline tab will be getting selected over here. In this outline tab, we have two sections are available. First one, okay, group rows. Second one, columns. Two options will be available over here. Let's see. There are two panels here. This is the left panel. This is the right panel here. Okay, this is the right panel. Two panels are available. In the left panel, we have two tabs are available. Outline tab, filters tab. Two tabs are available. By default, outline tab has been selected over here. Now, in this outline tab, it is indicating the first section as groups. If you want to apply the grouping on the records, then we are using this groups section. How to apply the grouping tomorrow we'll see as part of summary in the matrix reports. And the second one, columns. That means inside this is second panel here. That means in the right panel, this is the actual report, which will be indicating your columns and the filters over here. Then what columns you want to show inside this report, those columns you can able to decide by using this columns section in the left panel here. In this left panel, we have this columns section. Here we can see what columns you would like to represent here. By default, these are the columns are visible. First name column, last name, title, company, email, lead source, street, rating, lead owner. These are the columns are visible. Now, upon representing this column names, these columns are visible along with that star symbol also. That star symbol is indicating that if you don't want this column, that means these are the columns are visible inside my report as of now over here. These are the columns are visible here. Now, if you don't want any one of this column, then just you can able to click on this cross symbol. That particular column will be removing from this particular table automatically by default. Okay. Now, in this case, let's see here how can we do that. I don't want to show the first. I don't want to show that. Now I'm representing first name, last name, and the title and the company. Email ID I don't want here. I'm selecting. I would like to unselect this one. Whenever I'm selecting this one, it has been removed, but we need to refresh this one over here. Click on refresh. Now this particular column has been removed. I don't want to show the title. Click on this one. Click on refresh. Every time if I'm making any changes, I would like to refresh this particular table over here. Instead of refreshing manually, here we have a small toggle button is available. There is a small toggle button. There is a small toggle button. Just you can able to enable this button here. Then automatically it will be updating the preview. If you make any changes over here, it will be reflecting this screen automatically by default here. For that one, we have this option. Update preview automatically here. I'm enabling this toggle button. Now I don't want to show this company name over here. So just you can remove this one. Automatically it has been refreshed. I don't want to show the lead source. I don't want street. I don't want like a lead owner. These are the three columns are visible over here. First name, last name, rating. Now, along with these three columns, I want to add some more columns also to be visible. I want to show this first name, last name, rating, industry, annual revenue, and then I would like to show that company name, status, phone, and the fax, and the annual revenue. I would like to show these columns here. In that case, if you want to add some more columns, then we can able to add the columns by using this option over here. Here we can able to select the columns. So just you can type few okay, characters, column names will populate, select this. Automatically column will be added here. Now I would like to add the columns here. Rating, industry. I want to add this. So industry column has been added. Annual revenue. And then I would like to show the status. Lead status. I would like to show phone. I would like to show fax. I would like to show city. I would like to show state. I would like to show country. These are the columns I would like to make it visible. These are the columns are visible over here. Okay. Now, sometimes we can raise a question. Sir, this is status column I want to show after fax. By mistake, I have written okay before phone here. Then do how can we arrange them? Just we can drag and drop. Select this lead status, drag and drop to after fax over here. After fax. After fax, I would like to show. Whenever you are customizing in the left panel, it will reflect on this okay, right panel also automatically. That's what we have selected the checkbox update preview automatically. Clear? Now, we have selected the columns over here. What columns to be visible in the report we have selected. Now we have to select the frequency of data. What data you would like to represent here, what filter conditions you would like to apply. For that one, okay, in the left panel, we have a second tab that is filters tab, which is used to add the filters to specify the frequency of data to be visible inside the report. Now, select this filters tab. Now here I would like to show all the lead records, not only my leads, I want to show all the lead records. Click on apply. Now it is indicating. So now here created date on or after 20th December. That means by default it is representing the last 1 week records. Today is almost like as today will be the 27th, last 1 week data. That means whatever the lead records are there which has been created on or after 20th December, those records are visible. But we haven't created any records after 20th. So now that's what it is showing empty. But not only this last 1 week records, I want to show all. Just we can able to click on this link. Now we can able to select that all time data range. Select the range. Here also we are having the same options will be available like as your classic part. Here we have okay fiscal calendar, that means physical year, and then calendar year. What is the difference between fiscal year and the calendar year? Fiscal year and the calendar year. Okay, now financial year, right? Now calendar year starts from January. Okay, now for the entire world, we are having this 12 months of calendar for every country. So now, as per the new year, the calendar year will be starting from January to December. But every country will be having their own financial year. As part of India, India is having the financial year from April to March. So now in that case, depends upon the requirement. Fiscal year means your financial year, and then calendar year means your actual calendar year, that is January to December over here. Now, I want to show all time data. Select this all time, click on apply. So whatever the records are available, all the records will be getting visible over here. So once you have specified these columns, then click on run button. As soon as once you click on this run button, the report will run. It will represent the whole data over here. These are the records are available over here. Total how many number of records are available? 23 records are available, and this is the annual revenue, so total value. Whatever the records are available, these records are having annual revenue values. It is calculating the total of all the records annual revenue value that will be representing it over here. Okay. If you want to make any changes in the report, just we can click on this edit button, go back to the report, we can make the changes, we can click on run button again here. Okay. Practice is very, very important. I can't give any navigation for this. Just I will list out that use case okay, requirement, but I can't give any navigation because it's purely practical concept, only drag and drop options. If you do the practice, then it will be very easy for you to understand, to remember the functionality. Okay. Now, once you are done with this configuring the report, then save it. Expand this, okay, the pick list icon. Now click on save button. Now I'm giving this report over here. Farmers all lead records report. Now, description I'm giving the same. Now select the folder. By default, it is selecting private folder. I don't want to store in the private folder. I want to store in my folder, which I have configured. Click on select the folder button. Select this option created by me. Whatever the folders are available, which I have created, I would like to select this. Now, previously, I have saved the report in this folder, finance reports folder. In this folder, I would like to save my report over here. Click on select a folder. Now, this is a folder here in which I would like to save the report. Click on save button. Now, the report will be saving inside the folder with this particular name over here. Okay. Now, if you want to download this report data to the local system, just you can go to the button menu, click on export button here. Click on export. Now the data will be exporting over here. Now we can see the data here. Click on this, okay, Excel sheet. Now we can see the data here. Now this is the data. So when coming to the reports, whenever we are downloading the report data to the local system, now these lighting experience reports are looking like very good, attractive when compared with classic part. Classic reports are purely looking like as normal Excel sheets, but here we are having some formatting. We have the tables are available. Now it is having a bit attractive look and feel when compared with that classic report over here. It is indicating total number of records also, total annual revenue, so sum also over here. So it is configuring this whole data over here. Okay, this is how we can able to configure the reports in Salesforce, which is a tabular report, which will be in classic part, lighting experience both. Okay, clear? Now, so now as of now, we have configured two reports over here. One is in classic, second one is in lighting experience. Now, in this case, in both the places, we are able to show all the records, whatever we have. Now, all the records. Suppose if you want to see whatever the reports you have configured, go to the folders here. Created by me. Whatever the folders you have created, those will be visible. Whenever I'm selecting this folder, in this folder, what reports are available, those will be visible to you. These are the two reports we have configured as of now over here. We can see our reports as well. Okay. Now, in both the reports, we are able to represent all the records available inside the object. That means all time data. In some cases, I don't want to show all the records available inside my object. I would like to show only some specific records which meets the specified conditions. In that case, do we have any chance to apply our own user defined conditions? Yes, there is a possibility. Salesforce has given a flexibility that we can add our own user defined conditions in order to filter the records from the result set. For that one, whenever we are adding our own filters, we have three types of filters are available in Salesforce. Salesforce provides three types of filters here. First one, field filter. First one, field filter. Second one, cross filter. Third one, row limit filter. Okay, field filter, cross filter, row limit filter. Three types of filters are available over here. Then what exactly each and every filter? Okay, we'll see one by one here. Clear? Now, make a note of this one. Now, while representing the records inside the report, we can add one or more user-defined conditions to be used to filter the records. To be used to filter the records. Salesforce provides the below three types of filters. First one, field filters. Second one, cross filters. Third one, row limit filters. Field filter, cross filters, row limit filters. Then what exactly each and every filter type, which we will see in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we'll see these are three types of filters, and along with that we'll see the concept of summary reports also, how to configure summary report and how to represent the data in pictorial format, that means chart components. Everything we'll see in tomorrow's session. But practice is very, very important for reports concept, because I'm unable to provide any navigation for this. Only theoretical concept I can dictate, but the navigation I can't provide. Okay, so that you have to do the practice. If you do the practice, then only you can understand the navigation. It will be very easy for you to remember, or else it will be very difficult. Okay, now, so do the practice on these features today. Tomorrow I will show you how to apply the filters and the summary reports also both. Okay, thank you.